Hi everyone, my name is Subish and I would like to welcome you to the video trainings from TimeNet. In this video, we will see how to configure the parental controls in Windows 7. This feature has been there in the previous version of Windows, but some enhancements are there in Windows 7 that makes it a bit different than the previous versions. First of all, let me tell you what these parental controls are. Suppose you have kids at your home and they're using your computer to play games, browse internet, use some programs like paint to paint beautiful pictures and these kind of things. And you don't want them to use any content or any websites or any games which are not supposed to be used by a child. For example, there are websites and games which contain violence, and you don't want your kids to be able to access these kind of stuff, right? Using this parental control features in Windows 7, you can actually do restrictions for this. And also in the live essential parts of a part of the Windows 7, you'll get something called the Windows Family Safety, which is an extra feature from Microsoft with which you can monitor the status of your kids. You can monitor what they are accessing. You can monitor what games they are playing, all this kind of stuff. But in this video, we will exclusively see how we can configure the parental controls. And the cool thing is that Microsoft is providing this extra feature, this Windows Family Safety, for free. All the users who has a genuine Windows with them can use this Windows Family Safety programs. They can download it from the Live Essentials and you can install it and you can use it without any cost. So now let's see how we can configure these parental controls and how we can manage the usage of our computer by our kids. Right now I am logged on to a Windows 7 computer and I have logged in using an administrative account. Like every other features in Windows 7 or any other operating systems, for enabling some of the features you have to go to the control panel. So you'll go to the control panel now, and here you will see user accounts and family safety. To enable the parental controls and to configure it, you have to click on set up parental controls for any user. So here you can see that there is only one user account right now called admin, and he is a computer administrator and he is password protector also. If you try to enable parental controls for this user, you will get a pop-up saying that you cannot do it because he is an administrator and he is the only account that you have in this computer. So it will ask you whether you want to create a new account, standard user account, and apply parental controls to it. And if you wish to do that, you can click on yes, or otherwise you can directly go to the control panel and create a new user. Here we have a link for creating a new user here. I'll click on that. I'll give the name as user1 and I click on create account. So here we have a user account called user1, which is a standard user and he does not have any password. To enable parental control, we have to click on the user first. I'll click on the user. Make sure that you are in the parental controls and user controls, and after clicking on the user, you will get this window saying that set up how user1 will use this computer. Parental controls are off now, and you can see the three areas where you can configure the parental controls: time limits, games, and allow and block specific programs. Using time limits, you will be able to control when the user can use the computer, and using games, you can control the games by rating content or title of the game, and using the allow and block specific programs method, you can allow and block any programs that is installed in your computer. First of all, we have to turn on the parental controls. I'll click on this radio button, and from here onwards you can see the status which is right now. Time limits are off, games ratings are off, program limits are off. To enable the time limits, you can click on this link and it will open up another window showing a timetable where you can select the time limit for the user. Right now it is 12:54, so I am going to restrict the user from using the computer from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. it says that white is allowed and blue is blocked. So I have selected 12 to 3 and it has turned to blue, and I can click on OK now. The status has changed. Now it says that time limits is turned on, and in the case of games, the current status is, can user 1 play games? Yes, he can play all the games. Block or allow games by rating and content times. So I can set the game ratings here by clicking this, and the first setting says that if a game has no rating, can the user 1 play it? I can select allow games with no ratings, or I can block games with no ratings. So if I click on block games with no ratings, the games which does not have a inbuilt rating on it will not be played on this computer by this user account. And here are the common ratings that all the games will have according to the Entertainment Software Rating Board. All these ratings are given by this Entertainment Software Rating Board. And the second option I have, which ratings are okay for user 1. So according to the age of the user, I can select whether he is in the early childhood. If I click on this, the user will be only able to play the games which has the rating as easy, early childhood. So I can select any rating according to this, or I can block these types of content like alcohol and tobacco reference. And at last we will see what other options we have. So we have a lot of content types here. You can select from these content types and you can block certain kind of games. I'll click on OK. Can click on OK on this one too, and now my status has again changed, game ratings up to early childhood. And the program limits, if I want to change it, allow and block specific programs. User can use all the programs, but to restrict any programs for this user, I have to select user can only use the programs that I allow, and you can select from this list which all programs should be user 1 be using. So first of all, I'll check all of them, and from there I'll make exceptions. I'll accept WordPad, click on OK. So what all setting we have done here? We have enabled a time limit, and we have given a game rating for the user, and also we have restricted the user from using WordPad. We can now go and check out whether this works or not. I'll click on OK, and I'll go back to start menu and click on switch user. And I'll click on user 1, and here we go. We have got the first restriction. Your account has time restriction that prevent you from logging on at this time. Please try again later. We have given a time limit from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Now it's about 1 o'clock. So that's why the user 1 is not able to log on to this computer. And now I will go back to the administrator and will change that setting so that I can log on and check whether I am able to access the WordPad, which is another parental control that I have created. I'll go to time limits. I'll change everything back to normal and click on OK. And again I will go to the start menu, click on switch user, click on user 1. Now we will be able to log on to the computer successfully because there is no time restrictions right now. So the user 1 has logged on successfully right now, and clicking on start, I'll search for WordPad. I've got wordpad.exe and I click on this. A pop-up will came up saying that Parental Controls has blocked this program, and it will show the path of this program. It is here in Program Files, Windows, NT, and from there Accessories. And they also have an option for the user 1 saying that if you want access for this program, you will need permission. Ask an administrator for permission. And I click on that link, it will ask you for administrator user account and password. So user account is automatically here because there is only one user account here as an administrator. And now what the user 1 has to do is he has to call the administrator and ask permission for him to access that program. And the administrator will come up to the computer and he will put in the password, and it will again ask, will you allow user 1 to run this program? I can always allow, or I can keep blocking. I'll click on always allow, click on OK. I go to WordPad again, click on WordPad. The WordPad will open up. So that restriction has been taken care by the administrator. From now on, the user 1 will be able to access the WordPad. So this is how parental controls work. It will also work with the game ratings, but I don't have any games installed on this computer. That's why I'm not checking that right now. But if you have any games installed in your computer, please check it out, how it works. And thank you for watching this video. I hope this one has helped you in some way or the other. For more videos and online training facilities, please log on to www.timenet.co.in and check out our real-time network training facility, the Cpoc lab, in our website. And you can also get the information about Cpoc lab at Facebook also, www.facebook.com/Cpoc lab. Thank you once again for watching.